God help me, I hope I know what I'm doing right now. Welcome to a special edition of The Game Changer, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed your host with the most, Nate the effing great, and what started off as just a one-on-one interview has now turned into a star-studded panel pay-per-view. I'm being joined here by not one, not two, but three DC ladies, mermaids, whatever they want to call them. I'm not exactly sure what the full-fledged appropriate way to call them that, but honestly, it started off with one person only, and that is indeed one of my guests here, the one and only Miss Scarlet Wolf. Thank you for being a part of this.
Thank you so much, Nathan. Thank you. I am blessed to have this experience. Like a Christmas gift come true.
Well, I mean, most of you have like the Christmas attires on here, so it does make just absolutely that much more special. But I'm also being joined here by a couple other cosplayers / models. One being DFWWonderwoman, I believe is the name. As well. Oh, okay. As well as, I believe, Autumnra, is that correct? All right, sweet. So, yeah, I'm still trying to get a handle on who I'm interviewing here because I've been told there's three people, there's two people. So, right now it's confirmed three. So, we have three women here. We have Supergirl, Wonder Woman, as well as Raven. So, honestly, how much more star-studded can you get with that? So, for those that are hoping for more of a DC-like quality to it, you're welcome, fans. So, I guess the first question that I have for you, ladies, is this your first time working together, or have you guys known each other for a while? Please, by all means.
I'll take that one. We've known each other for quite a while now. We've got kids in the background. When you see Supergirl and Wonder Woman and Raven at the same time, you have to say, oh my goodness. Anyways, so we've known each other for quite a while. We do events all the time. This is one of many for us. We just wanted to have kind of a girls' mermaid day and go out and enjoy the ice sculptures. And so we're here at the Gaylord, Texas. You can kind of hear people in the background. It's a busy Saturday here. We're making our best to get the ice sculptures. Right. But yes, we've been doing stuff together for quite some time now.
Very nice, very nice. So, I guess the question is how did all three of you meet up? Was it just by some pure coincidence, or was it just by pure luck? How exactly did you three meet up?
Charity and mermaiding would be the thing. A lot of it's mermaiding, though, because you get involved with the mermaid community, and it's kind of like you just find your sisters. You know? Really, it's how it is. You find the other girls who want to dress up like fishes. And we're silly and goofy, and we like to swim, and it's like just going to events, you meet each other. There's different events that we probably met each other at. I met Miss Scarlet Wolf at a charity event. We volunteered for charity, and that's how I initially met her, and then we became friends. Yeah, and I met both of them through mermaiding. Originally Scarlet Wolf, and then she introduced me to DFWWonderwoman, and now I charity work with both of them. Yep.
Jeez Louise, man. Now, I will say this, that for a lot of people that are curious, I think that it's safe to say that they are the good kind of mermaids, not the ones from, like, Pirates of the Caribbean, on Stranger Tides, the ones that eat.
You're also very siren-y. Yes, I actually brought my scary teeth today.
Oh, this is exactly what I signed up for. Basically, feeling life threatened. I love it so much.
That might be the scariest thing. I don't sing so well. I'm not a good siren voice person. I don't know about you two, but you don't want to hear okay. Nobody died.
Well, I mean, no, I don't want to make anybody embarrassed here. So, the first thing when you were talking about sirens, I thought you were going to go into like a Gotham City Sirens reference there because you are doing the DC.
I did a mermaid Harley, and I had an Ivy with me, so I have done a siren
Well, I mean, honestly, that would be something really interesting to see. Again, but I will also say this: that it is very interesting to see, how, I guess you can call it, mermaiding is going, because I've never really actually seen that until I looked at Scarlet Wolf's videos, pictures, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, this is an actual really thing. So can you explain kind of like the process of, how it is to get into, I guess, a character like that, or even how to even get into a costume like that? Because I know a lot of people definitely have talked about how that costume is a little bit harder to get on depending on your body size. I know for me it probably would be like 5 hours to get it on, but I'm guessing you guys are at the point where it only took maybe an hour just to slip in, boom, done.
About an hour. Yeah, it can include makeup. True, makeup is difficult. Yeah, makeup is the cruelest. Waterproof makeup and setting spray is crucial. You have to buy a whole mermaid. Yeah. Oh, definitely, because the normal stuff just washes right off after you hop in and go into water. But as far as the tails go, it depends on the type of tail. There are fabric tails. Those are usually much easier to get on. I mean, they stretch so much more than the other tails do. Now, with silicone, it is harder to get into those. Mine has a neoprene liner, so I don't do the baby oil. But I have heard for full silicone, people will put baby oil on their legs in order to get the tail on. They have to literally lather themselves in baby oil. Yeah, just to be able to slide it. Yeah, and then once you're in the tail, you're landlocked. Yeah, you can't move. You have to have somebody to help lift you and place you wherever it is, whether it be close to the water or if it's for a photo shoot, into the rocks themselves. And that individual you have to really trust because they're lifting you in a 30-pound silicone tail as well.
I mean, I've seen I don't know if you guys have heard of this show called Impractical Jokers, but there's a point where one of the jokers has to dress up as a mermaid, and he's basically just flopping towards a tray of donuts. It's one of those things where I look at that and think, how is that even possible to even A, get in that, and B, to even just moving that has to be a pain. So I can only imagine that, you mentioned it right off the bat, you're landlocked. You have to basically put your trust in somebody who you probably don't even know. And it's just hey, no funny business, just pick me up, put me in the spot, we're good. Or pick me up, put me in the water, and we're good. Usually
when you find somebody that's good for carrying you around, you stick with them. They're called mertenders. Mertenders. Do exist. Mertenders.
Oh, mertenders, okay. So how long does a usual photo shoot for a, I guess, mermaid photo shoot usually go about? Is that about just a couple hours, or is it usually pretty quick?
Just did one last week. You can look at some of the pictures that are being watched on Miss Scarlet Wolf's page, Instagram page, my page, Ravenous Instagram page. No, it's not just a couple hours. When you're in a tail, especially when you're dealing with 3 to 4 mermaids at a time, then you're dealing usually with just one person, and that one person is also usually the photographer. So he is then lifting you and putting you throughout the scene, and then going back to do all the shoots. So last weekend, for instance, we were in our tails for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Then we ate lunch. Then we were in our tails again for another 4 hours. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't envy you at all. That just sounds like it is an absolute trying deal.
It was freezing. It was 37 degrees in the morning. Yes. Oh, and nothing but tails and tops.
Oh man, now that's just hard to visualize. But that's only because of the fact that it must be such a major struggle for that.
But the end result is epic. So you know what you do for the shot, right? Whether you're just a regular cosplayer in a tail. I mean, it's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so obviously I'm going to get the obvious out of the way. Obviously you're dressed up like 3 of the most well-known, I guess you could call them DC characters. Of course, Supergirl, Wonder Woman, and Raven. Now, a lot of people might remember either Supergirl from, I think, the Injustice games or possibly some TV series. Wonder Woman has definitely gotten a lot of backing especially with the Wonder Woman movie that came out, I think it was last year, maybe a couple years ago, which I still think should have got, 2 years ago. So, and I still say to this day it should have gotten an Oscar nomination. And of course, Raven from Teen Titans. So, obviously, DC, you're definitely three girls that definitely have a positive impact as far as, DC Comics has. But let me ask you guys this individually, and you can go in any order you'd like. What is your favorite DC comic character?
Raven, but Autumnra says Raven. Before anybody asks, yes, that's actually my legit birth name. And so my last name being Raven, and obviously I grew up watching Teen Titans and meeting the character Raven. Just it matched, and then all of a sudden her personality fit mine as well. So my phone, sorry. And so I just decided that I had to do her, and it actually ended up being a Halloween costume like 10 years ago, before anyone introduced me into cosplay. And then all of a sudden I got to college, and people were like, "No, this is a thing, right?" And they introduced me into the cosplay community and the cons and everything, and I just took off. It was amazing. Her hair is actually purple underneath her wig today. So, VicTori. Oh no! My speaker, we hear you?
Yeah. Hear you. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Alright, sweet. So, I guess I would leave next to Scarlet Wolf. Who is your favorite DC comic character?
It's so hard to pick. I like all the DC girls, though. Like, there's so many of them. I like doing Supergirl as a cosplay for myself because I can use my natural hair. I actually feel like I kind of look somewhat like her anyways from the new series. But as far as favorite characters go, I mean, it's kind of a tie between Catwoman and Harley Quinn. I like the bad girls. And I have like a semblance for her, like I feel like a personal reference for Harley Quinn because her first comic came out the same month and year that I was born. So I feel like I have a birthright for her character. So I feel connected to her in some way with that, and I just love doing that character in general for cons too. She's so wacky and crazy, and you can always do mashups so easily with her because everyone recognizes Harley Quinn these days. I don't think I've never done her like regular costume. I've always wanted to do mashups. I've done like probably 10 mashups of Harley Quinn so far. So that you can get creative mashups. So with Harley, you can really get creative.
Now, are you more a fan of like the classic anime-ish Harley Quinn, or are you more a fan of like the Margot Robbie Harley Quinn?
I like the classic, but I mean Margot has her own little way of doing things too. I enjoyed the video game versions. I have Arkham City as one of my ones that I cosplay as, and I always love doing that. But I mean, just in general, her character rounded off is just fun and interesting, and you can listen to creepy Arnie music and get away with it. Yeah. So I mean, why not?
You hear that, fans? Scarlet Wolf is a gamer, and she also loves Harley Quinn. Go like her fan page.
Oh yeah, definitely a gamer. Like I have my original Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo sitting at home, so I like to brag on it. It doesn't even look faded. It looks new. So I'm very happy. It's a gamer applaud.
And now, obviously, that leaves DFWWonderwoman. I honestly want to assume that your favorite is Wonder Woman, but I don't want to make that assumption.
Yeah, I kind of happened to the cosplay backwards. I grew up dating myself. I grew up with Linda Carter as Wonder Woman, but the resurgence with the movie and with her being on the big screen for the first time in Batman versus Superman, it was really big for me. I started being Wonder Woman, volunteer at the children's hospitals, and then found this charity group that were cosplayers, and then working with them, they kept telling me, no, you're a cosplayer. And then fast forward today, I have close to 40 iterations of Wonder Woman. Can't stop, won't stop. And I will tell you that mashups are one of my favorite things. So last year I did a Jedi Knight Wonder Woman. I used my darkest, blackest night suit as my Western Wonder Woman. All-round Wonder Woman. Anything Wonder Woman. I've got a lot of fun things up my sleeve for this next year for con season. A really fun Sleeping Beauty Wonder Woman mashup. So do stay tuned for that. But I also do love a bad girl, and I have to say that Catwoman is one of my favorites, and really Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, to be specific, and have a really good friend that she portrays that version. So I have a lot of fun being Wonder Woman with her. Catwoman for sure. She's Kitty Girl if you guys wanted to go on her page.
Oh, sweet. So you're saying that you're not big on the whole Anne Hathaway Catwoman that came out during Dark Knight Rises?
The suit was nice. In her suit, she looked really nice. I prefer Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. Even though Halle Berry's Catwoman was really dynamic and great, but that Michelle Pfeiffer version, the cherry red lips, the leather suit, the attitude and just that exuded from her, it is everything Catwoman, I think.
I don't think that. I don't think they did keep that.
I don't think so.
I don't know. There's no way.
There really has not been a Catwoman that has really reflected or really embodied the kind of attitude and kind of, character that she has. So yeah, it's very hard to top that. It's one of those characters that you kind of look at a lot of movies and you think, this person's going to try, but they just are not quite, they're not quite, to that par yet. I mean, people can definitely say the same thing about Batman. People love the Michael Keaton Batman. There are those that love the Val Kilmer Batman. Very few like the George Clooney Batman, for obvious reasons. They have the Christian Bale Batman, and now we have the Ben Affleck Batman. So I guess next question is, out of those many Batmans, which one do you like the most?
I know this. I love Christian Bale as Batman. I thought that he was really, really awesome. Very dark and sinister at that, but his Batman and his Bruce were both really, really on point.
That voice.
Yeah.
Insane. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You want to be just a least? I don't really like Ben Affleck. I'm kind of like,
It's okay.
I'm a Daredevil. Now you're Batman. No, I can't stop. No.
I'm coming to himself as Batman. Yes. Because if he had left a legacy with Daredevil, that would have been catastrophic.
It's true. But see, I actually liked it because I was a kid and I didn't even care about the whole setup. I was just like, I want to be Elektra.
Oh yeah. Elektra.
I want to be her. I'm going to be controversial because I actually kind of do like the Ben Affleck Batman.
Oh, you like the Batman?
No, I really like, I don't know, wow, just blanking on a name here.
Michael Keaton?
No, before Ben Affleck.
George Clooney?
No, whatever they said. This happens to me all the time. I suck with names.
He also had the best outfit. Yeah.
But I have to say, I actually like the fact that they're showing it in the news, like, Batman's actually human. Like, he can get hurt, he feels pain, and he's getting old. Yeah. Like, he's a human being and not a god like everyone else he's running with. And I actually really like that perspective. You're a goddess. Yeah, but, yeah.
Alien.
But besides that, I have to agree with them. Yeah. That's true, yeah.
It's very hard to pick against the Christian Bale Batman, like you said, because he definitely can go through that transition. I think that at the very start, you definitely see him go from being a bit strong, he gets stronger in the second one, but then the last one, you notice, it's like, yeah, he's only human. He's not just this god that everybody makes him out to be, which, I hate the fact that it ended on the way that it did, because so many people are just kind of like, man, the match. But
we were all mad.
And then we get Ben Affleck, and I remember watching, I think, Batman and Superman for the first time, and the only time that I've seen it, and I just remember, there's a reason why, but it was one of those times where I watched this movie, I'm just kind of like, I don't like where this is going. All I remember best about this was the fact that Wonder Woman was a part of it.
That's right. She saved it. She saved the whole movie.
She really did.
She brought life into that dead, long movie.
It was the only color besides green. It was all black and gray.
Yes.
Tones. And there was the kryptonite green, and then you had Wonder Woman in all her color glory. Yeah.
Right. When she burst onto the scene with her glowing shield.
Oh my god.
Is she with you? I thought she was with you. And I still love the scene where basically Superman and Batman look at each other. He's like, "Is she with you? I thought she was with you." At least with Christian Bale, when he did the whole deep voice deal, you actually could tell he was being intimidating. With Ben Affleck, it sounds like he just caught a cold or something like that.
Yeah. I agree. Very true.
It's like, Alfred, I can't seem to figure out how to do this voice. I'm starting to catch a cold now. Well, you're doing fine, Master Wayne. It's fine. We're good. So, obviously, we go from Batman and Superman to Justice League. Let me ask you guys this. What were your initial thoughts on the Justice League movie? Because there's been mixed reactions, but some people were positive on it.
I enjoyed some pieces. I think my favorite character is the Flash. I think he adds that comic relief, and I kind of, at first I was like, but he's not the one from the show, and I like the show, and I want him to be the one from the show. But then he did a great job. And he was very comedic. He was that little taste of, this is still a kid, you know what I mean? And he's still going to be able to grow up on this movie, you know, whereas the other characters seem like they're more defined and older, and they know what they're doing. He's just kind of got that fun, zippy personality. He's still young, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely came out of that thinking, okay, he's one of the better things about this. And I also love the scene where basically Aquaman is there. He's basically just sitting there kind of like undressing everybody and just basically saying like, well, I mean, Flash, you're basically too fast to realize anything. Batman, you're basically rich, so what's the point of that? Talks to Cyborg, and then he just looks at Wonder Woman and he's like, you're just beautiful. And I'm just like, they literally just took a shot at like all of their movies in a matter of like 30 seconds, and then we see him on The Lasso of Truth. It's like, oh, that's the reason why. Still one of the best scenes in DC, in my opinion. Just him, just basically just saying that, yes, Wonder Woman is the reason why we're here right now. Yes, she is successful, and yes, she is beautiful.
Yeah.
I think she's a patriarch, too, and she's an ambassador of peace and justice, so the Justice League obviously suits her well in her role in that with basically it's Batman and her as mom and dad. I mean, they're the ones who are cultivating, and it's not quite the trifecta with Superman yet, you know, as far as what we've seen with the movies. I mean, that's just being set up. So that first movie was really pivotal to show the character traits of how it was being built, and the Batman really wants something to be good, but he needs help getting everything done, and she's that main force that's going to really pull it all together.
Definitely do agree with that. So I'm guessing that you're one of those people that's definitely looking forward to WM84 when it comes out.
Yes.
I think we all are.
Yes. I actually had a suit made that I'm wearing that you can't see full of, but I'm going to stand up. That has, what people really wanted was the stars. And so, yes.
One of her many suits.
One of the many suits. But yes, I'm really looking forward to WW84.
Many stars on a one particular star. Why not?
That's right.
And now, obviously, I touched base about Aquaman, so that's going to be coming out, actually, I think, next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So,
Thursday.
how do you guys feel about the Aquaman movie?
Oh, I can't wait.
Are you kidding me? And the battle scenes, and Aquaman, and two suits,
and Mara. Like, you gotta admit that she's
amazing. And then you've got Queen Atlania, who, I mean, like, all of the, yes.
I would like to cosplay.
I want to cosplay her. I'm already putting it together, actually.
I already have
putting it together.
I already have a Mara suit coming in. I have a Mara suit, and I already have the wig.
Sorry, side banter.
No, all I literally was going to say, like, you hear this right here? This is real nostalgia right here for Aquaman. So.
Very excited about this. I actually know of two groups. There's a group of cosplayers going to see it in cosplay, and I know of a group of mermaids to go see it. They're going to take their tails into the theater and wear them as they watch the film.
Oh, that's intense. I'm not wearing a tail when I do this movie.
So are they...
Dedication to this movie.
So are there going to be like mermaid handlers all around just carrying these women into the theater? Just...
They're probably going to be fabric tails just so you can take them off really easily, because I don't think the theater would be very happy to have the people being carried in. I don't want to get popcorn on my good silicone.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
You don't get food, you don't get soda on the good silicone. You protect the silicone with your life.
That definitely makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I personally am looking forward to Aquaman. It actually looks really good. It is one of those movies that it could be a turning point in DC's luck, because there's been a lot of like ups and downs for movies. It kind of started with Batman versus Superman, and there's still a lot of other movies where it's just kind of like, we're still not there. And then Wonder Woman hits. It's like, yes, thank you. It's Justice League. Okay, we're gonna get something good. We're gonna get something good. That was lukewarm. And then at the end, I just remember seeing, oh, we get Deathstroke, and then there's Jesse Eisenberg. Nope. Kidding me? No.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Yeah. Though I am looking forward to see how they pull in Deathstroke. Yeah. Because he's actually one of my favorite all-time villains.
Yes.
Ever. He's a good
villain.
I'm hoping they do him well.
And he's also Joe Magnolia, so, you know, some little eye candy, just like Aquaman.
Oh, so I'm guessing you three are very high on Jason Momoa taking that role of Aquaman.
Yes.
Yes.
I honestly could just see a lot of women, as soon as he has that line of permission to come aboard, it's like, oh, you can come aboard anytime you'd like.
I'm pretty sure that was every female's reaction to that trailer.
He's Khal Drogo, for Pete's sake.
Yes. Okay, now, I've heard something, what was it? About his character. He played, was it Conan the Barbarian?
Yes, he did.
And apparently, that is somehow related to an Atlantean. Okay, I'm going to have to look that up. There's a connection between that character and Aquaman. Somehow. I can't remember what it is.
We're going to Google it.
Yeah, we're going to have to look that up.
Maybe you should Google it right now. Computer.
Well, you know, I would do that, but the last time I did something on the internet, it basically cut off the feed for my podcast, so unfortunately I wasn't able to.
Yeah, I heard there was a connection somehow between those characters, and I'm like, wait, what? Something about a grandson, or I don't remember what the deal was. It was one of those things where you're like scrolling through, he claims his own family relation. His own family relation.
Interesting.
But it's very interesting to see that.
Well, I mean, they'll make all these kind of fan theories and all these crazy deals, and they'll honestly make up the deal where it's like, oh, you know, Michelle Pfeiffer, she started off as Catwoman, somehow she traveled into the Marvel universe and became, Wasp's, mother and stuff like that. They'll make some kind of crazy fan theory about that. Just, it's insane what people think about them.
So, do we want to go there? No, let's not.
It's a whole other topic for a different podcast.
So obviously there's always this rivalry between DC Comics and Marvel. Are you guys okay with Marvel, or are you more...
Marvel characters.
We do a variety of things.
Yes.
I have no bias on either one. I will say, I think my favorite movies, DC or Marvel, are where they come all together.
Yeah.
Like, where there's a whole bunch of people, especially the first Avengers, where they're like, oh, hey, who's this dude? Oh, hey, wait, he does that? What? Like, they're in awe of each other's abilities, which is the funnest thing. And then they're figuring out how they can work their abilities together, which is even better. Yeah. I loved that they did that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was great. I was like, oh, they're all teamed together. This is just fantastic.
But I will say, for Marvel movies, Black Panther was one of the best Marvel movies I have ever seen. It was done so well.
I still binge watch that. Like, especially since it's on Netflix now, I still will put it on in the background and watch it.
It's life. I can't help you get this from somewhere.
I mean, I could honestly see him just pulling basically like what could be almost like a Wakanda or Wonder Woman forever, but now...
That's right.
You should do that. Idea for later.
Yeah, we'll think about that for later.
But honestly, I've always called Black Panther basically Marvel's version of The Lion King, because honestly, that's the best way of putting it.
The live-action version.
The true live-action version, not the one that we're getting later on in, I think, 2019 or 2020, something like that.
Glorious. It's my favorite Disney movie.
What are your thoughts on Captain Marvel coming out?
Honestly, I will say this. As a joke, at the end of Infinity War, I remember seeing the scene where basically, Nick Fury basically gets disintegrated, and he does the deal where he's like, oh, mother, just gone. And then, of course, you see the symbol for Captain Marvel. I'm like, wait, Wonder Woman isn't in this movie?
It's true.
When did this happen? What's going on?
I mean, I know Marvel's and Disney are going to basically go in everything, but come on. I mean, I don't think this crossover is going to work. And there are so many people that were looking at me, I'm like, I'm kidding. I know it's Captain Marvel. Jeez, calm down.
We gotta be careful. There are some people out there who legitimately think that was Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay. But honestly, I'm looking forward to it, especially with the new trailers that have been coming out. It's just absolutely wonderful, everything that's going on. I've looked at her background, I've looked at her story, and I'm just thinking to myself, okay, this is going to be really good. Please, for the love of God, give us something really good. And all I know is that this could be one of those two movies that has the final bits of the Stan Lee cameos, because I think that might be this one in the final Avengers movie where he probably will cameo in either one of them, which I think is going to be one of the main reasons why people go to see them, but also to see Captain Marvel, because, come on, it's Captain Marvel. Why not?
Well, speaking of Stan Lee, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the Deadpool movie that just came out, the Christmas version. No.
Once Upon a Deadpool.
I'm sorry?
Once Upon a Deadpool.
Once Upon a Deadpool, yes. So, I went to see that. I was dressed up as Domino.
Cute.
I had my little Detective Pikachu too. I mean, that's Ryan Reynolds voice things. It's like custom made. I did it myself. Like, I'm gonna do this.
Yes.
But at the end, they do a Stan Lee tribute. Aww. It was actually very emotional because it was Stan Lee. I mean, it was for that reason alone. They did the scene. I think it's in the original Deadpool where he's at like the phone booth or whatever. They replayed that, and then they went on to do kind of like a little bit of footage of Stan Lee talking and going through some of the things and just doing a remembrance video. It was very, very nicely done. I would say stay through. It's one of those things where you don't necessarily see it unless you watch all the way through the credits.
Okay.
So you have to watch the entire thing to get there. And there's another clip at the end too as well with that.
Yeah, I think that's just one of those moments where, you know, they see this tribute and it's one of those things where people are emotional. It's like, yes, Stan Lee is gone, but also there's so many other people that are crying because it's like, this is the last time we're ever going to see Deadpool as a rated R character, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Which is sad.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Yeah. He deserves nothing less than being rated R.
Yes.
I don't know
Maybe
why
even an X. I don't know.
Yes.
NC-17.
It's pretty rough. NC-17. It's pretty rough in his movies. But he's one of my favorite Marvel characters.
He's
because
funny.
he's not afraid to do the things.
No, not afraid
All
to
the
do any of the
things.
things.
He makes fun of the things. I know. It's great. Yeah.
Well, also, it's Ryan Reynolds. Well, also, I gotta say, it's
Wait,
also...
We're getting a breakup here. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
Alright. Woohoo!
This is one of those things that I've typically gotten used to at this point because technology never works the same. Whether it's Skype, whether it's Facebook, it's like, oh, we're trying the best we can to make it perfect. Well, try harder.
Well, we had to wander around this hotel to find good internet because I was trying to get in the conference room where it would be nice and quiet, and they're like, but you have to have a conference code, and I'm like, okay. Yeah.
It wasn't enough that we're wearing what we're wearing today and taking pictures with all of their customers.
It's like, if anything, we're doing your business a good thing. Come on.
100%.
Exactly. Yes, they were a little nervous. Actually, yeah, I was trying to get the Wi-Fi password, and they're like, okay, well, we weren't notified about a photo shoot or a live stream or anything, and next time you're supposed to notify us. And they start going down this list of stuff that we were supposed to, be aware of and not do. And I'm sitting here we're not doing any of that. Yeah. We're fine. But not our first rodeo. You're okay. Your people like us. Can I have the password, please?
By the way, we're supposed to be your pool later in Tails.
Yeah. They'll be roommates at the pool later.
I mean, gosh, you're basically just saying, hey, we're basically bringing you business. Give us something.
Yeah. We're coming to eat lunch and see the ice sculptures and take pictures of all the kids. And that's it.
That's it.
And we paid for parking and everything. Yeah, we're paying for it all, so they're not only getting our money, but...
It's just amazing, folks, because obviously you can't really see this, but for my perspective, just seeing them usually go into silent pauses, doing poses, stuff like that, it's like, yep, they got fans, they got people that love them. So
there's people in the background that are staring at us and looking at us with all eyes. Yeah. Or wondering what we're doing. Yeah. Just wondering.
As long as it's not like the Jack Sparrow eyes, where he's just kind of like, in the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie, he's just kind of like, oh, man. But, yeah, obviously, one thing I will definitely hit on when Scarlet Wolf, you and I have our one-on-one interview, is one of the importance of communication. But let me just actually make this into a question that, can affect everybody. How important is communication when it comes to, doing anything from like a photo shoot to a signing to anything like that?
As far as like tech communication, like getting yourself out there, it's always important. And then of course communicating with the kids and things, you have to have that in order to get yourself out there and to get these events booked and things of those sort. If you're just going to sit around and not talk to anybody or be, present, then people are going to be like, why are they there? You know what I mean? And as far as tech goes, I mean, just getting yourself out there on your social media pages, you can see so many people and meet so many people that way. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with that. So, like, I would have had no idea unless there was social media for us to sit here and talk and have this conversation. And this has been wonderful. So, no pun intended.
Aha, I see what you did there.
Yeah, we've been doing it all day.
You do it all day.
Taking all the puns. Yeah. Really hard to come up with. Ravenific. They're really trying. They gotta give them credit.
And now I'm just seeing you just realistically being Raven right now, where it's just like, oh, these people with their puns, come on.
It's very merry for Christmas. I was forced into this outfit.
I didn't want it to be a Christmas outfit. I wanted it to be a holiday outfit. Gosh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. But obviously, we can definitely go right into talking about a bit of Marvel. Obviously, you talk about Black Panther. Full thoughts about Infinity War that came out this past year.
That was really emotional.
I cried every time I've seen it. But I mean, it's that
it's a change.
Yeah, I think it's a big change for the entire setup, but also, I mean, Spider-Man. Can we all just take a moment and just...
I don't think he's dead forever. I don't think they're dead forever. They're not dead forever. They're not dead forever.
Don't spoil it. Okay, we've already spoiled some of this.
I mean, it's okay.
Don't spoil it.
Okay, never mind. They're totally dead forever.
That's true.
Dead.
There's the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Here's your luck of coal.
Oh, man. So, obviously, we had the release of Avengers Endgame trailer came out recently.
Yes.
And what were your thoughts on that?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't? I personally think with Tony floating up in space that I do think that Captain Marvel's going to save him because she's already up in space.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a perfect setup. He's running out of oxygen. I mean, things are happening. And she's going to, Nick's called her. So she's going to intercept him and then they're going to go down to Earth. That's what I think.
It probably could be one of those situations where she's just flying through space and she accidentally hits the ship and not even realize. She'll be like,
yes!
Oh, crap. There's a person there.
Oh, there's somebody in this thing. Whoa, what are they doing?
Yeah. He's talking to his mask.
Yeah, he's talking to his mask. That's so crazy.
Like Wilson. His mask is like Wilson.
I mean, come on. He's basically in space. Who else is he going to talk to? Is he going to talk to a computer? Is he going to talk to the stars? I don't think so. I mean, unless... Nope, that's too dark of a subject. I'm not going into it.
Just needs to CGI the Wilson ball into there instead of the mask. That would be hilarious.
It would be hilarious.
Oh no, with Wilson instead of his mask. I still love the reaction from it. All of the requests for NASA to go save Stark.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was... We know exactly what we're going to do to save Stark.
Yeah, we know how Stark's getting saved already.
Yeah.
You're kind of at the point where it's just like, we know how this is going to go down. We're not going to really do this. Hey, it's great that you're showing support to find Tony Stark, but at the same time, he's going to be fine. They're going to know how to get him.
This is true. My biggest thing is Ant-Man. He's like, hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm alive.
Driving his van across country, but it's a little van.
Oh, man. I will also say that Ant-Man and the Wasp was just absolutely wonderful, too.
It was amazing. I actually just watched it on a plane recently. I didn't get to see it in the theater.
I think it's the theater. I haven't actually seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Okay,
We'll
watch it on
together.
TV.
I'll do...
College, so that takes up everything. It takes up all your time and all your effort and a little bit charity work or finally made a few cosplays. So I didn't have much time for movies. I feel a little ashamed.
But you're Raven. You do what you want, so.
Fair enough.
Especially when you mention charity work, it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, I can't fault that. I can't say anything bad about that. If you're doing charity work, I'm going to just be over here. I'm not going to even criticize that. That's...
Okay.
You're doing charity work. We can't really shut you for that. No, not really. But yeah, no, the movie was great. I enjoyed the Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was, I mean, that was a good plane ride. I didn't feel any turbulence.
It was not one of those moments where it had an end credit scene. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's one of those situations where I literally screamed it almost at the top of my lungs, and there were, again, people looking at me like, you're just a weird person. He's like, hey, I'm unique. I don't care. And I have these feelings, okay? So let me have this.
Yeah, y'all gotta watch the end credit scene.
You always gotta watch the end credit scenes.
No,
It's wonderful. Yeah, there's good stuff
you have
in
to
there.
watch all the way through the credits. You have to see movie from first second to last second nowadays. This is true. And then past all the credits. That's why I said the last second of the movie. They list everything these days. I noticed watching these end credits. It's like, the people who cook the food. Okay, cool. That person who called the hanger that one time. I'm like, what? How many people section is huge. Yes, it's crazy. You don't realize they list them all these days. I don't remember credits being that long as
The reason why is because we didn't sit through credits. You get up and you leave.
Well, also, if you did sit through the credits, those productions didn't have nearly as many people involved. There's so many people that go into these movies nowadays. They list everything these days. They didn't list all that back then. They were like, we're going to get the actor credited. So, and people kind of got upset about that. So they finally started, giving them credit for their work. I remember the actors, I remember the director, I remember, like, the film people, but, like, in costume. Not the people who cooked the food. They put chefs on one of them. I remember seeing the chefs, and I'm like, for what? Where? Huh? The chefs that cooked for them during their production.
I mean, obviously they were very important chefs.
That better have been some really good food.
It better be some Gordon Ramsay stuff right there. Otherwise, forget about it.
I'd love to see a film that listed Gordon Ramsay as a chef. Other than his
Another one of those things where it's like, well, we could talk about that, but no.
Let's not get into it. That's a whole nother topic conversation.
Who knows? There may come a time where there's like a one-on-one interview where it's just like, okay, I have a free format to basically get everything off my chest about this whole ordeal, so... That it literally will just be that. It's like, okay, you said that you wanted to save this. By all means, the floor is yours. I'm just going to be over here making a sandwich.
Okay, so I have a question. You've done the wrestling. You like to interview about wrestling, correct?
That is correct.
Have you seen the show called Glow?
Yes, Glow.
I, as a matter of fact, have seen Glow. I've seen the first 2 seasons, and I absolutely love them.
Yes, I grew up watching Glow on TV as a kid.
What part of I've been in college and I haven't seen anything I've heard?
I'm doing Glow characters.
I have a list this long of stuff I gotta watch just this winter break.
You'll get caught up.
Yeah, I will. Eventually. I'm planning on doing Liberty Bell at some point because I think I can handle
She's
that.
going to be a great Liberty Bell.
Southern accent, just fine. And then
I'm going to do Book Girl.
Oh, very nice.
I can see you like with the hairstyle.
So that would make Raven Zoya the Destroyer.
Oh, Zoya.
Haircut going on. You get freaked out.
She'd be a good Zoya. That's a good call.
She already has her sides of her head shaved, and she has like a light hair going on.
Look at her going. We'll get her caught up.
It's like if they are both fans of it, and they tell me that I should cosplay a character, even if I haven't seen it, which I'd rather prefer, I will still cosplay them because I trust them.
Yeah.
I mean, the main thing that you have to really do for a Zoya is just basically say, in Soviet Russia, fill in the blank right there.
Yes. And vodka.
Vodka.
In Soviet Russia, leaders are not puny little whiny babies like your American leaders.
Yes. In the mother country.
In the mother country of Russia, where I killed my other sister, that was my twin. Uh-oh. I think I broke Raven.
She's broken. She hasn't seen the show yet, so she has no clue. I have no context for this. It's great.
How we get back, we should show her the first episode of her season. Yeah,
it's so good.
So good.
Oh my gosh. Like I didn't watch it until recently, and someone's like, you literally have to do this because you need to do Liberty Bell, and I'm like, fine, I'll watch the show. So I turned on the first episode, and I'm like, and all of a sudden, okay, season. Yeah, I'm like, all right, I got this. I'm gonna binge this in 2 days.
That's right, Debbie.
I did it. I'm a true American hero.
Yeah,
I
you
binged
are.
it in 2 days.
They're half-an-hour shows. So.
Yeah, this is true. No, are they half an hour?
Yeah.
An hour.
No, they're half-an-hour shows. The first show, I think, is like 45 minutes, and the rest of them are
Okay,
half an
that
hour.
was what it was then. Yeah, there was.
That makes it way easier than binging hour-long episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of like float right into each other, so it's kind of like a simultaneous.
And you kind of have to binge it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not like Walking Dead where it's just literally like a full hour of just some random character, or just something where it's like, oh, we get it, we don't care.
Yes, just walking. All the walking.
I never watched Walking Dead.
I mean, either.
I watched the first season and I was like, alright, I kind of get it, but I think I'm done.
I've seen a handful of episodes like here and there. One of my friends was like diehard into it, so they would tell me everything. But other than that, I've never actually really watched it myself.
It's not bad, but the dynamic, I feel like it's almost more like a drama at this point. Like, there's so much drama in it, and I'm like, I just want them to figure out this whole zombie thing. And some of this doesn't seem plausible at all. Like, with zombie movies, I'm like, the world would not last that long with that much going on. The world would have been completely messed up, nuclear type of things, because there's not anybody to take care of those things that we've already created that are nuclear at that point. So,
Silos would have gone.
oh yeah, there would have been some crazy
Pollution
everywhere.
I would have just been like, you know what, forget Walking Dead, I'm just going to go watch another Welcome to Zombieland movie. Just call it good.
Zombieland. Oh, that's
Zombieland?
That's iZombie. iZombie's where it's at.
I'm not caught up, but I'm close. I love iZombie.
College girl.
Hey, I'm just gonna keep reiterating, college man. I'm in the last year, so I'll be done soon, be able to catch up on everything.
Zombieland and iZombie, those are both great zombie-related flicks or shows.
See, I have a soft spot for the cheesy but like awesomely bad Resident Evil movies.
Yes.
Like, I love them. I know that some of them are, but like I still enjoy them. In fact, I'm working on a few cosplays from them, and I've watched the animated ones as well, which are infinitely better. But that's where my zombie heart lies.
I mean, I did Zombie Gwen Stacy one year for Halloween, right after they did the movie with, what's his face, Andrew Garfield, the second one where she dies.
Yeah.
I decided I was going to be really bad, and I did the outfit, and I did her as a zombie, and I was like, this is so sad, but I really want to do this for Halloween. Really funny. And about half of the people that looked at me were like, oh, the entire time. It was sad. I actually cried for that movie. I liked it. Yeah. She can come back as a zombie. I need it.
Well, I mean, she technically does come back during the new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movies, so...
This is true. I'm curious.
I'm really excited for that. I want that suit so bad. Like, I will dye my actual hair blonde to do that. It's awesome. I'm in love.
Yeah, but I'm curious because I haven't seen the movie Into the Universe yet, but I've seen, of course, the trailer, and I've seen it when Stacey's in it, and I see that Peter Parker's in it, and I'm like, whoa. Is someone going to address the elephant in the room? Because he was in love with this woman, and now she's alive again, but how is that going to work? I know she's from a different universe, but is she the same Gwen Stacy that he was with, or how does that work? I am curious. I'm going to have to watch the movie, I know, but... Like, that's what I'm curious about. I'm like, wait, I know he's got, like, a thing with Mary Jane, but Gwen Stacy was, like, his first love, and I want her.
Maybe they'll address that.
Well, also bear in mind that there's a theory that that's supposed to be the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, so...
That's Yeah, because
I can see that.
they actually did have a Gwen Stacy character in the third film, which is weird, so weird that they did that. She was the one. I noticed it and I'm like, wait a second, I know who this is. She is the one that played on the Jurassic World movies. She's the daughter of the director.
The red hair, Bryce Howard.
Bryce Howard.
Yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard.
She was Gwen Stacy in the third one. Her boyfriend was the one, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. Who's the other guy with Peter Parker? What's the third one? I can't remember. He ends up getting into Venom in it. Sayo. And he ends up being a bad guy for a while. Eddie Brock. And she's dating Eddie Brock at the beginning of it, and then for some reason she goes up on stage and has to give Spider-Man a kiss, and it's Gwen Stacy, and Mary Jane gets jealous, and I'm like, this is so backwards. What's going on?
It felt forced. It really felt forced.
So bad. I was glad to see Venom, like the symbiote and everything, but I'm like, okay, we're done with this one.
Yeah,
I didn't waste my time with Venom.
We're done with this one.
Like with the actual movie.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, the only thing is there's so many plot, like,
Oh no.
holes.
It has the era of like early 2000s superhero films. There's plot holes galore and the pacing's a little off. But like just like Eddie and Venom talking.
Yes.
It's like it's just hilarious. I love it. I need an entire movie of that.
Yeah.
Like I don't even care if you put it on in the background while you're doing something. I want you to watch it, but like you at least have to listen to the banter. The banter is great. I love it. I'm a huge fan of Fandom.
I'm very high on Venom. I love the movie. I think it's absolutely amazing. Even though people are... Well, I definitely will say this, that Rotten Tomatoes basically said it was like a 25%, and as soon as I watched it, I'm like, yep, nope, no more Rotten Tomatoes. I don't care about these guys.
I think where they were coming from was that a lot of the scenes, like, they just kind of were choppy. Not necessarily the acting or whatever, but they were choppy because, like, there were scenes where it's clearly nighttime,
Yeah.
okay? And then all of a sudden it's daytime, in the middle of the daytime, and then there's the girl that he's with. What was her name in that movie?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I cannot remember it, but it's been a little while since I've watched the movie. But
I just watched it like 2 days ago, and I can't. This is how bad at names I am.
she's just randomly there, and like it's like where'd she come from? Okay, how did she get there so fast? What's going on? Because they didn't like address any of that, and it was like, wait, how is she here now?
As I said, that's why I like plot holes, but that's so entertaining.
I think that's part of why they gave it such a bad rating was it didn't flow. Maybe that's what it was. There wasn't a flow as far as that goes. There were missing pieces.
Oh.
Up on the editing report.
I think,
and I want it all.
I think that might be the case. I don't know. I enjoyed the character. I enjoyed just seeing him, of course, reacting and interacting, and basically talking to symbiote. And I like the idea of being able to piece together who the other ones were, because a couple of them died. Mm-hmm. And going back, I'm like, okay, now I gotta remember Carnage is his son, technically.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, it's Venom's son. So I'm like, wait, so how's this gonna happen? Who's gonna do what? But I think there was something else. Riot, I think it's the uncle, the white one that he has to fight in the end. Is I think the uncle of Venom.
I don't believe they actually have a true relation, but they do know each other.
Okay, because I think there's also, I think a yellow one, a blue one,
and a greenish one.
Yeah.
Yep. And the yellow and the blue are in the movie. The greenish ones don't show up.
They die.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it, and I saw the glimpse that you get of like Riot in the trailer, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Riot. And so I start looking up stuff, trying to figure out which symbiotes may show up.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, there has to be more than just these two.
Yeah.
And so I just sat there for a day researching stuff. I got into a deep Wikipedia hole there.
I love how basically you two are just basically having this great conversation about Venom, and I love it. But I look over at Wonder Woman, and she's just kind of like, no idea.
This is what you got watching. Actually, like, my Wikipedia searching actually got me a cosplay that I want to do based from the movie. I want to do Mania, which is like Venom, but it has like she has like the Venom suit, but she has like spiked black hair and like leg armor.
That sounds awesome.
And it's like a piece of Venom broke off and her suit. And I'm like, I can't wait.
Well, was that not kind of how the girlfriend kind of did that whole thing, and I was like, whoa.
That's she Venom, and I was so happy to see that.
Alright, this guy's got boobs now. What happened?
Once again, nothing to add. It's okay. It's okay. You added a lot with Wonder Woman, so you made up for it quite a bit. Trust me. So
I'm just ready for Venom, Spider-Man, and Deadpool to just get together and have Christmas and some special movie together.
That would be so cute.
I can't wait.
I can't wait for that for like either of those costumes. Spider-Man, Deadpool, Venom, Spider-Man, or all three of them.
I mean, just the three of them somewhere.
I mean, the main course is going to be tater tots and chocolate, but whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I was in the movie theater, and when that happened, when he says, like, what do you want? It's like, tater tots and chocolate. I leaned over to my friend, I'm like, oh, look, it's like a girl on her period. Tater tots and chocolate.
Oh, man, that just came out of nowhere. I was not expecting that.
Like, I didn't even think about it. I just said it, and I'm like, probably shouldn't have said that. But I'm like, it's too true.
It's true. He's a cute girl.
Wants to kill people just as often.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, he's not an alien. She's attached herself physically. Stop learning, which I mean, I would do too.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the most giddy I've ever seen a Raven ever. So.
Not true. I just don't have the pink
It's
clothes.
Christmas. She gets to be jolly on Christmas.
Fair
But,
enough.
This would be a very different conversation if I was gloomy.
I gotcha. Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to wrap up this edition of the Game Changer. I got 3 sad faces. That is not a good sign. But I will say this. If all 3 of you are interested, I would love to interview you individually in the year of 2019. I'm getting 3 sets of thumbs up, so definitely expect that. Each of them are going to have interviews, so maybe on their fan pages, maybe on their stuff like that. You can ask them questions and we can ask them on the show. So this is the part of the show where I like to give you guys the freedom to do any cheap plugs that you have coming up, whether it's events or whether it's ways they can find you on social media. So by all means, Scarlet, you were the first one that I got contacted with first, so I think that you should be the forerunner. By all means, begin.
Okay. I try to allot myself to a time in the Christmas zone for family only. But in the spring, I have 2 cons planned that I'll be guesting at. They're actually down south. One is it's like off the tip of my tongue. It is the Hill Country Comic-Con, which is in New Braunfels. And then there's the Outer City Limits Con, which is in Austin. It'll be its 2nd year going. I went last year, and it was a blast. Yes, you'll have to come over. I'm guesting.
It's an hour and a half drive. Yeah.
I'm guesting, so I'll have all the goods there. But so 2nd year going. Last year was amazing. The first con is the Hill Country Con, and that is at the end of March, or the middle of March. Yeah, middle of March. I think March 19th in New Braunfels. It'll be the first time I'm going to that one. I think it's a new con as well. I'm going to go down for spring break and have vacation time. So, and then I want to say Hill Country again. It's the Austin City Greater Limits Con. It's going to be at the end of May. I think May 30th, I believe, and that's in Austin, Texas. So those are my 2 cons that I have booked as far as guests go for next year. I'm assuming that we will also have another one in the fall because I was asked about that, and I think there will be one in the fall as well. But there's no for sure on that yet, so I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, those are my 2 cons.
Fair enough. And if people want to, interact with you and want to see your work, where can they find you?
I tend to post mostly on Instagram. My Instagram account is at Miss Scarlet Wolf, MissScarlet with 2 T's because I'm weird. Wolf, WLLF, and I post there like daily. If you guys want to see our ice that we're doing today and our photos from our shoots today, they will be posted there. I also have a Facebook page. I post on there some, and if I get messages on there, I tend to, it may take a little bit longer, but I will get back to you there as well. It's just, Instagram has become so much easier for me, so that's where I'm at right now.
Hey, fair enough. DFW Wonder Woman, by all means, plug away.
Okay, so I co-founded a charity called Cause to Play, and so a lot of my actions and doings for December are all revolved around Cause to Play. We have a really amazing event, and I'll be out there again next weekend. It's in Granbury, Texas, and it's the Granbury Santa's House, and they put on basically any child can visit with Santa for as long as they want. It's 10 minutes, 15 minutes. They get pictures, no money. This one couple puts on this whole thing, and they do it from the day after Thanksgiving, the Friday, all the way through, that leading up weekend till Christmas. So I get to be one of Santa's helpers, and so that's a lot of fun. In addition to that, then, as far as cons are concerned for next year, I'm not a guest in terms of, but I am a guest person. I like to go to cons. So at the big con that we'll have to launch the year in Dallas is AllCon, and so I'll be debuting a cute little number that's not Wonder Woman oriented at all. It's actually a Mario Brothers, and I'll be doing a group of actually Ravens in this group, and you're in the group, and it's gonna be epic. It's going to be epic. We'll see 5 of us girls, and all I can say is it's going to be amazing. And in addition to that, I'm also launching a villainess this year, which will be the and I'm going to be debuting her at Fan Expo. I believe on that Saturday. So lots of good stuff. Riverdale Cheerleader also this year. So trying to branch out from just Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman mashups. And you can find me on Instagram at DFWWonderwoman all together, and Facebook the same area.
Very nice, very nice. And the college student, Miss Raven, by all means, plug away.
I don't have any plans for the rest of this year because I have to travel for family.
I just got college.
Fund my college, so gotta go visit. But in the spring, as she said, I'll be going to AllCon as part of the group. I'll be doing charity work with her Cause to Play as well whenever that pops up during the weekends. I'm going to try to go to a lot of the local cons up in this North Dallas area during that time. I know there's a Woman of Wonder Con.
Yes, that's a blast.
Last year, they broke Guinness Book of World Records for the number of people dressed as female superheroes, and I think they're going to try it again this year for even a bigger number. So, fingers crossed. My next big thing after AllCon would be ACon, which is here in the summer. Not only do I help work behind the scenes, but I'm there for all 4 days, and I usually make cosplays just for ACon. So, fingers crossed I'll be able to get it all done in time while graduating. So,
very nice.
And, so my Facebook would be Lady Ravenna Cosplay. It's art, Ravenna as in RAVENNA, and it's cosplay. And my Instagram is AERaven13. So, and I get back to you pretty fast on either one of those, and I love to see comments and suggestions of stuff I should do, or opinions on what I've done already, on how to make things better. I'm always open for more.
All right, awesome. And for those of you that are going to be listening in this on Facebook, I will have all of their links and all their stuff in the comment section as well as in the description, so that way everybody gets their credit, everybody gets their due, and hopefully everybody can get some likes involved in this, because honestly I do support a lot of the cosplay section, and I had a blast with you guys. It's been really an honor and a privilege to talk to each and every one of you, get to know you guys, and I'm looking forward to the 2019 year. I'm hoping that it's the best for all 3 of you, and I look forward to getting the chance to interview and getting to know each of you better and personally.
We had such a wonderful time Thank you so much for inviting us to do this.
It is not a problem. So for, I guess we could call it the Gotham Sirens Mermaids, I am indeed Nate the Effing Great. You've been listening to The Game Changer. You know how to find us. You can listen to us, of course, on Spreaker.com as well as on iTunes, YouTube, as well as iHeartRadio, you guys. This has been an absolutely crazy, crazy week, and it's only going to get crazier at the end of 2018. So for these lovely ladies, I've been the host. Thank you so much for listening in, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.